Hello everyone, Brad Johnson here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about bringing clarity to karma and karmic law. Now there has been a lot of discussion throughout much of the spiritual circles for however knows how long, for generations, as it relates to the entire term and understanding of karma. And that karma can often be seen as a type of punishment or something that is a penalty that you have to live with lifetime after lifetime, and giving some type of anecdotal state of it being permanent. But when we really look into the Sanskrit term as it relates to the root of what karma is, basically that means action. It means work. It means deed. In my particular perspective, it represents the process of decision. So basically, when we're looking into the idea of karma, we're looking into everything that holds the responsibility for our actions, the responsibility for our work, the responsibility for our deeds, but also the responsibility pertaining to the state of decision. Nothing is being shrugged off as it relates to everything that we commit to. That basically when we commit to something that later on we realize was something not for us to continue to indulge with, to continue to realize that it benefited us, and so basically we discarded it. We may feel, for example, that it was something relating to a relationship, and a relationship that became very violent, very abusive, very hectic, and we no longer wanted a part of this. But we didn't give any kind of inner healing to it, and so we discarded it, we ran away, we escaped from that particular relationship. The same may go for a job where a boss may have been very hostile, was not being able to see the value that you represented, maybe getting very low pay, and just being mistreated at the office, for example. And then again, not being able to do a lot of the inner healing work as what that represented, and being able to discard that, and just being able to continue on to life. This again can relate to our personal lives. Being able to feel that we had a disappointment within the family, or a sibling rivalry, whatever it may be, something that basically caused us a lot of harm, and within our life, we were not able to correct it from within. So therefore, we discard it, and we move on. Now basically everything that has been discarded, swept under the rug, escaped from, ignored, etc., as it pertains to our action, our work, our deed, our result of decision, is still hanging around us. Because the whole idea is that we have committed so much energy, so much focus, and so much concentration on that action, work, deed, and process as it related to the result of our decisions, that that energy still follows us around. Because it has not been harmonized. It represents a ghost as it pertains to the actions that we had once dwelled in. And because there has been no form of alignment that represents the energies as it pertains to what we have learned from that situation is left unfinished. And so it follows us. This is basically what we could refer to as our shadow self. They are the remnants, the phantoms, the ghosts that pertain to action that has been left unresolved, pertaining to deeds, pertaining to work, pertaining to a decision that once happened. Why does this happen? Well, the whole idea is that human beings are walking broadcasting towers, and when we put so much focus, energy, and concentration on a particular action, work, deed, process, result of decision, that energy becomes powerful. We now basically solidify a manifestation based upon an energy that we have committed and worked with and applied within our reality. So when there has been no opportune aspect of us being able to work together with that energy, harmonize it, acknowledge it for what it is, forgiving the energy, forgiving the people, the elements contained within that situation that related to its manifestation, and being able to bring forward reinforcement on a positive level to counterbalance its energy and bring it back into a level of harmony, then that is basically how we're able to bring it back into that state of natural grace, that natural state of transmutation, and bring it back into ourselves in a state of divine harmony. So being able to tranquilize that energy, center it, align it, integrate it back into us, and make it one with us again. But when we're not doing that, this is what's going to create this phantom effect, this ghost that continues to follow us as a state of our actions. So basically, when we're going through karma, we're simply being able to remember to take responsibility for the actions that we commit to. Well, Brad, what about all of these other things that have been happening in my life that I didn't feel I was personally responsible for? For example, I just keep attracting people who are abusive, who are violent, who are vicious towards me, but I don't feel that way towards anybody else. It's because there is still an aspect pertaining to action that represented a type of victimhood to you. The feeling that you have attracted horrible people, the feeling that people have wanted to take advantage of you. And because you feel still hurt as it relates to other actions that have taken place in the past, those particular forms of phantoms that are following you around are now still going to manifest aspects through your subconscious that pertains to people that have been vicious, that have been violent, that have been abusive, that have ridiculed you, that have judged you, because you still see yourself in that state of victim consciousness. So basically, when you're going into an example of victim-based consciousness, you are again attracting all of these particular actions that are left unresolved because they're attempting to teach you something. But because they have not allowed that teaching relating to that particular type of karmic action that has been taken care of, that is attempting to come into your reality, you escape, you run from it. And basically you leave it unresolved. And so the phantoms, the shadow selves, the shards of your own creativity and manifestation return back to you and are attempting to say, hey, you created us. We just want to be acknowledged. And that's basically the whole idea, is that when we look at this ghost, this phantom effect, as it pertains to unresolved karma, we're basically seeing them like lost children, shards of projections of ourselves that are left in the corners of our lives. And because we didn't want to learn from them, because we were so completely dispelled by everything that they represented, we cast them off. We basically just saw them as rotten pieces of clothing and just chucked them into the corner and said, I want nothing to do with this. I don't want anything to do with this in my reality. I'm leaving. I'm running away. But we're trying to teach you something. We're trying to teach them. No. Don't want to hear it. I'm out of here. Packing my bags and I'm leaving. And that is the aspect relating to what we could consider to be, in a certain polarized aspect, as negative karma. We're looking into the idea how the negative polarized karma is that which is left unresolved. So yes, karma does exist. It is action. Are you committing action every single moment of your day? Yes. Then that's what karma represents. Karma simply represents an association with other universal laws. The law of attraction-repulsion, the law of equivalent exchange, the law of free will, all working together within the state of karma. Now, karmic law basically, again, associates with the same thing. It's just giving you the idea that you will continue to attract the mirrors, the reflections of reality, based upon what you're still holding back on. So if you're still attached to a state of a victim consciousness, if you feel that you're very much afraid of the world, if you still see yourself in a great state of lack, then all of these particular aspects, as a result to karmic law, which associate with equivalent exchange, free will, the law of magnetics, attraction, repulsion, all of those energies together will work together in kind because they complement each other, to giving you the understanding that this is what you're still holding on to. We hold on to these things because we're never taught about what karma actually is when we're young. Again, a lot of people just see it as a type of punishment, but no. There is a positive karma as well too, which means that you are polarizing your own actions as it pertains to what you are learning about through yourself. So basically, if you feel that you have this phantom effect of a negatively polarized karmic action, you are being able to, after acknowledging it, forgiving it, being able to liberate yourself from the energy, and creating a repulsion energy of a magnetic, and now bringing in an attraction energy of that magnetic to something that represents a positive karmic alignment. So that may be in the idea that if you're attempting to heal victimhood, you're now feeling a state of empowerment within yourself. You're feeling wiser. You're feeling that you've had to go through all of those particular things to realize that you're not being stepped over anymore. You are becoming resilient. You are becoming reliant upon yourself. There is less dependability. You are feeling this freedom through the state of independence. You are feeling this confidence. You are feeling this complement within reality. All of these attributes accord themselves to the state of positive karmic alignment. So it is representing the idea that positive reinforcement is positive karmic realignment. And that's all you're doing. So when we're playing with this game of incarnation, we are understanding that we're constantly, every single moment of every single day, right here, right now, playing with karma through the state of decision. What can I continue to do to work with karma so that I can remain in harmony with all of my actions? Follow the state of actions that are in complement to the consensus of yourself. Basically what that means is that when you make a decision, let it be something that is 100% pure to yourself. Let it be a thought, let it be an intention, and let it be an application to action that represents that pure complement to who you are. And this is what's going to allow you to reduce the aspect of a negative karmic phantom or ghost effect of the shadow self that is continuing to follow you. So when you are able to put in that application of the state of realizing that everything you're doing, everything you wish to become, the authenticity formula is the catalyst that is allowing the purity of your thought, your intention, your focus, your concentration, your action, your alignments to be in full consensus, full agreement with yourself. And when you start doing this, you'll notice that life becomes a lot easier. You're no longer seeing ghosts, phantoms, shards of the shadow self attempting to come around you to saying that I just want to be acknowledged. I want to be able to show you that this is a part of yourself. If you're feeling in victimhood, this is basically what I'm attempting to show you. If you're feeling in lack, this is what I'm attempting to show you. If you do not see value or worth within yourself, this is what I'm attempting to show you. This is again all part of the actions that have been left behind, that are attempting to show you that you are part of these aspects, and that all they require is the ability to be acknowledged, to come home into yourself. Let your lost children come back home. Embrace them with empathy. Just listen to what they have to say. Where there is emotional states as it relates to this karmic practice, just let yourself hold a space for you and being able to release these emotional states so that the emotion itself can now be tranquilized, transcended, and you can now listen to what these shadows have to say. So any particular type of emotional states that are behind being able to embrace your shadows, let them come through. Let them be part of the voice that allows you to listen to reason once emotion has been transcended. When you do that, now you are receptive. When you are receptive, now you're able to listen to what these shadows have to say. Not to punish you, but only to come home, so that you are bringing back a wholeness of yourself. This is karma. This is karmic law. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Brad Johnson. Feel free to check out realitywhisperer.com. Private sessions, digital courses, free media, and a lot more. Thank you again, and I will speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care, and may it be well with you. Goodbye.